All right, everybody, so here we go with round 8. And I noticed a trend amongst the younger guys that they actually tried to intimidate me with an overly confident handshake at the beginning of the game. But little do they know that Alex Bonanza has some of the strongest wrists on planet Earth. Okay, my bicep size may not be very impressive, but the wrist, oh boy, you don't want to mess around with that. Yeah, okay. About the chess dog, opponent plays the tal variation where I go for the sneaky a6, trying to get him out of book, especially for a blitz game, trying to get a fresh position where I can try to go for the outplay. And so far, it's working pretty well, I have to say. After knight e7, b3, I had many games online in similar positions, and already after c5, it is move 9, and it just feels like black is slightly better. Thanks to no bad pieces, and it's a bit unclear what the pawn on h4 really does as white. It's meant to be an attacking move, but combine it with short castle could turn out into a weakness. We have queen takes on c4 and then a rook to c8. Getting that duel on the distance, preparing cd4 and getting a tempo against the enemy queen. So already it was quite uncomfortable to play this as white. We see bishop to b2, normal developing move, and I have a choice to take, to play knight d5, to also do b5 c4 maybe. Try to be super ambitious. This was quite a critical decision, since as a matter of fact, cd knight c6 can also be a move, just getting a tempo knight move and pressuring pawn on e5. So I know I'm doing great, but how do I get a slight advantage? I end up going for knight f5, targeting both the queen, both what it felt like a weak pawn on h4. And after queen e4, my opponent really missed my next move, knight c5, which is actually defending with a tempo. You may or may not remember that phrase from my previous videos. If you know, you know. Let me know in the comments if you got the reference. Now, knight to c5. Okay, what to do as white? Not so simple anymore. Maybe it may appear that not a lot is going on. White just needs to move the knight and then connect rooks. Things look fine. But yeah, if you go queen g4, trying to stay in touch with the pawn, I was considering to play h5. And if you go queen e2, normal looking move, then what if knight takes on h4? That could be on the agenda. So my opponent already almost down to a minute, which is pretty huge. And I remember that during the game, I actually spotted that knight takes on h4. It felt like knight d4. And my knight's kind of struggling to enter back into the game. So I decided to go with queen to d3. Whenever you play queen d3 like that as black, offering a queen trade, that is almost equal to a kidney shot. Queen to d3. You know you're at least slightly better when you play that move, without any risks. So bishop e7, just preparing to maybe trade queens and arguably pick up the free pawn. We have g3, defending the pawn. And I'm more than satisfied with my position, but okay, I'm trying to not let this slip, which is why I went for early knight d3. It felt to me that this way, I put knight on d3 and then I castle, so that I can be in time to secure the knight. And then I'm looking forward to play bishop c5. Why? It's just a matter of identifying the weak pawns. Why is f2 a weak pawn? Simply because it cannot be protected by other pawns. So remember, weakness in chess is pretty easy to identify when it comes both to squares and pawns. It's basically if it cannot be protected by a pawn, then it can be pretty weak. So all about pawn placement if you want to get good at chess. Whoever tells you need tactics, you have to tell him about pawn placement. Okay, bishop to c5. Attacking on f2. I was just kidding. Tactics are important, but if you have a bad position, normally there will be no tactics for you. So bishop a5. Targeting my rook. I mean, I didn't really see this move beforehand, but I also didn't see what it was changing. So just pushing him back with b6, bishop e1. Very nice gymnastics, protecting f2. Exactly how you want to play with the white pieces. But yeah, well, just simple improving move, h5, supporting the knight so that there is no g4, downgrading my knight. And yeah, you simply have to see tactics as the fruit of positional play. You cannot do one without the other. They combine. So rook b1, I'm looking for the idea. He wants b4, so a5 stopping that. And I had a huge time advantage at this point. Knight to g1. Attacking. f6. Okay, just pawn play. King to e2. I was just looking at playing e5 at some point, but my opponent attacks the knight, which is, of course, very understandable. I go knight takes on e1. Knight takes on e1, and at this point you can try to pause and find a little tactic that I actually missed during the game. I can give you a hint. The knight on g1 was vulnerable, so I just go e5, and we go simple play, rook swap, and I'm still, of course, better because I have a central pawn and knight against bishop. But we are approaching a time scramble. I decide to open it up with e3. Knight takes, and the point was to take on e3, go knight g3, and I just have slightly more active pieces. But now after king f3, it turns out I can actually even win a pawn. And we're entering what it appears to be a winning rook endgame, but winning it in Blitz, it's a little bit trickier than it sounds. Or at least than I imagined it would be. Rook to a2, activating the rook. Okay, I mean, we cannot go really too much into the details of the specifics of how you want to play this endgame properly. But yeah, black is certainly completely winning with the extra pawn just because I have very active rook and very active king. You normally need two advantages to win rook endgame with extra pawn. I have both. I have extra pawn and more active pieces. But putting the puzzles together with only 10 seconds left is not the easiest job in the world. Come on, guys. You can name some easier jobs in the comments. This one is not the easiest. Okay, rook c8 going for the check, but Alex Bonanza has a big blind spot. That was actually hilarious. We have a mutual blind spot that we both simply missed a free rook. You'd think this is where the clown fiesta is over. I actually missed it myself. I can go rook f1 and then I had a win, but it's just a mess at this point. I almost lost some time. I almost got my rook lost. Yeah, the quality of the play really deteriorated in the time scramble, sadly. And now after rook h3, yeah, I just offered a draw, and that was it with the Caro-Kann game. Sadly, really dominating position, but just could not convert in time. But overall, quite an interesting little setup. Thanks everybody for making it all the way this far into the video. In the last round, I will be facing a 2100, and in case you want to learn more about the opening that I played in this video, I actually covered it separately here. I have a Caro-Kann video about that, and I will also be streaming Title Tuesday right when this drops. So check out the channel. Maybe you will see a dot that shows I'm live. You know where to find me, and see you guys around the channel. Have a good one.